welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about a Russian-Canadian man arrested for overstaying his visa and begging on the streets. 11 people, including an Iranian national, arrested in a nightclub raid in Makati. Alex Guo dismissed from service, and what on earth is going on in Thailand, plus much more, starting off with the USD to peso exchange rate. Depending on where you look, is just above or below 57 pesos per the dollar. And let's start off with the main story. But first, if you're new to the channel, take a quick second, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Here's a top story. In a rescue operation in Makati City, almost 60 women were saved from 3 nightclubs that were allegedly used as high-end ladies of the night dens. 3 of the rescued women were of not 18 years old yet. The National Bureau of Investigation, NBI, conducted the raid after receiving a complaint from the former bar employees about the abuse of women in these establishments. The subjects, including the alleged owner, an Iranian citizen, and 11 Filipinos, have been charged with violating the trafficking laws of the Philippines. Okay, actually, it's kind of like a stereotype that Iranians are known to have nightclubs all around the world. Actually, it's something since I was a kid growing up, it's been like a cliche or stereotype in movies or whatever. But all jokes aside, I'm glad they rescued these 60 women, especially those that are not quite 18 yet. So hopefully they get some strict punishments so people in the future don't have the same ideas of having a nightclub and abusing women. Next up, a Russian-Canadian arrested for overstaying his visa in Koh Phangan. Residents of Koh Phangan Island on the southern province of Suratani alerted the tourist police to Russian-Canadian man found overstaying his visa and begging for food from locals. Residents on the island reported to the tourist police that they witnessed a foreign man begging for food from various households and sleeping on a footpath. The foreigner's begging behavior annoyed people in the area, prompting them to contact the police. Officers arrested the foreigner, later identified as 56-year-old, half Russian, half Canadian man Dimitri, outside the IT product store Banana IT yesterday. Dimitri was found to have overstayed his visa by 1,599 days, approximately 4 years. The police requested to check his passport and found that he held both Russian and Canadian passports. He revealed that he was half Russian, half Canadian national and entered Thailand using his Russian passport. Dimitri was taken to Koh Phangan police station for legal proceedings, where he was charged under Section 81 for the Immigration Act, residing in the country with an expired visa. The penalty is imprisonment of up to 2 years and a fine of 20,000 baht. Thai police in each tourist destination are cracking down on foreigners overstaying the visas and those working illegally in the country. So one thing we have to remember, it's easy for myself and some other expats and tourists to just, point fingers and blame people and say, oh, go ahead and renew your visa. A lot of times some foreigners are just like on drugs or alcoholics or have some mental issues or simply lazy and don't have money. They spend their money on women, on clubs, on bars, on drugs, and on partying, and on pad thai, let's say. Whatever it is, they don't really think about the future. So they don't have the option as like you and I might just simply go to an immigration office and extend your visa, because don't forget, in Thailand you can't simply stay as long as you want, unlike the Philippines, up to 3 years, which that's kind of being disputed right now. A lot of people reporting having to answer some questions about their stay. So I don't know where that's going to go with the Philippines. That's a whole different story, a whole different video. But yeah, so this guy probably will get deported back to Russia if he serves prison first, since I don't think he has 20,000 baht to pay the fine. Next up, an update on the jewelry robbery that happened in Cebu City. Carbon Police Station has taken into custody a gray Mitsubishi Adventure with the plate numbers DAB 5200 after the Mitsubishi was seized. The driver of this, Marcio Ponesto, has also been arrested. In an interview, the driver admitted that he was ordered to take the car in Queensland's and Talisay City and brought to Pakistan. Breaking the case, I have a feeling they're gonna basically ask this man a bunch of questions about who ordered him. There's a slight update. 4 of those robbers are allegedly connected to some robbery gang. I forgot the name, but I'll post it right here so you guys can take a look. So yeah, hopefully some good news. They can catch these people that stole all that money. And some quick news regarding Alex Guo. The Office of the Ombudsman has ordered the dismissal of the service of suspended Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alex Guo in relation to the complaints filed against her. So I guess officially now she's been stripped away from her title. In some US and China news, US soldier pleads guilty to selling defense information to China. Whoa, some serious things over here. A U.S. Army intelligence analyst pleaded guilty on Tuesday to providing sensitive defense information to China, including documents about the U.S. weapon system and military tactics and strategy. Sergeant Corbian Schultz, who held top secret security clearance, was arrested in March at Fort Campbell, a military base in Kentucky-Tennessee border. Schultz pleaded guilty to charges of conspiring to obtain and disclose national defense information, export and technical data related issues, and a lot more stuff. If you guys want to go ahead and check out some details, look that up. But kind of interesting, well, not really interesting, but you know, China's got their hands in everything, and apparently they got to somebody in the U.S. forces as well. And now let's go back to Thailand. A whole bunch of craziness happening in Thailand recently. Here are some of the top stories. Fake Thai monk arrested after trying to deceive police in Hua Hin. The monk arrived around 4 p.m. yesterday on August 13th and asked officers to donate to his monastery in the Samroyat district of Prachuan Kirikan. The monk claimed that the money would support the construction of a new bathroom and cover the electricity costs of the monastery. The police had a whip around among themselves and handed over 430 baht to the fake monk. Fortunately, before the monk could leave, officers received an alert from a patrol cop that fake monk was roaming around the area seeking money from locals. They grew suspicious of the monk and decided to detain him at the police station for further investigation. They then contacted the monastery, mentioning that they discovered that there were no bathroom construction or donation projects. So this is nothing new. Crazy and criminal monks have been a big part of Thailand for the past few decades, and some serious criminal activity happening in the underground monk world, because you know, monks are very, very spiritual beings in Thailand for centuries. And I don't know how long they go back, but they've always been revered as like holy, and they always get donations and all that. So people, obviously, whenever there's religion and things like this involved, they try to take advantage of regular people. So I'm glad he was caught. The next couple of stories are going to be very carefully worded by me, but I think you guys can pretty much pick up what I'm trying to say. Thai man arrested after 3-week manhunt for Bangkok taking advantage of a woman. Also, another Bolt driver arrested for taking advantage of an 18-year-old passenger in Pattaya. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more detail on that one, because it's getting crazy over there. More than 10 teenagers yesterday apprehended a Thai Bolt motorcycle rider for taking advantage of an 18-year-old friend while drunk in May. Officers from Muang Pattaya police station were later called to detain the criminal. Officers from the police station were called to arrest a 37-year-old Prakon Singh Hobald at a car park in Marine Road at about 3 or 2:30 a.m. yesterday. Officers arrived at the scene and found more than 10 male teenagers containing the criminal waiting for the police. The victim, 18-year-old B, revealed to the police that the assault took place on May 9th, but the guy managed to evade arrest. B said her friend spotted the guy waiting for the passenger at the car park and decided to apprehend him. B disclosed that on the day of the incident, she was out with friends at an entertainment venue in Pattaya. She was heavily drunk and booked a motorcycle taxi ride through the application. Upon arriving to her room, the rider offered to escort her to her room. Once she reached her room, B rushed into the bathroom to vomit, and the dude followed her into the room and asked for his fare. B says she grabbed cash from her bag and handed it to the rider before lying on her bed. Due to her intoxication, unfortunately, the dude did not leave the room and took advantage of her. B said she attempted to fight back and escape, but was unsuccessful. A very sad story. Unfortunately, when there's alcohol and crazy men involved in these situations, these things do happen. It's not the first it's like it happens quite often, or maybe it just gets covered in the news more. I don't know what the numbers are, but I feel like I'm reading a lot of these kind of stories where drunk women get taken advantage of by men, Thai men mainly, and sometimes it becomes very violent. Next up, a German man yesterday sustained a severe injury after the alleged attempt of ending his own being from a third floor of a hotel in Pattaya. Okay guys, I'm gonna stop there. I gotta really organize these Thai stories in the future, because there's a lot of this stuff I can't really say. Like, I keep bringing this up, but there's a reason why I don't cover too much of the Thai news at the moment. A lot of these stories are extremely like violent and severe, and it goes against the YouTube community guidelines, which means there's no point in me talking about them. It's unfair, but YouTube's really strict with this kind of stuff. What happens is the channel gets, or the video gets demonetized, so I don't make any ad revenue. Plus it gets suppressed, which means they only show it to 18-year-olds or older, meaning if you're not really signed into a YouTube account, you cannot see the video. It basically becomes useless. You're gonna have like 200 or 300 views, and I put a lot of work into these videos. I spend hours researching, filming, and editing, so it doesn't make sense. So that's another reason why sometimes the way I speak or the way I talk, some of the Thai news or any news, it is the way it is. So go ahead and check out some of these Thai stories. Moving forward, I might just read the headlines or something like that, so you guys can go do your own research. There's a lot of other good Thai news channel is up there, but I'll still bring them to you, but just to give you a little bit of information why sometimes I don't cover too much of it. And now it's time for our segment, Yesterday Today, where I go ahead and read the top comments of our previous video. A popular comment is, I live in the USA and from the Philippines. It just blows me away every time when I hear about illegal aliens in the Philippines. You would think it's at the bottom of the list for anyone who wants to be an illegal immigrant. I think that a lot of it has to do with ease of access from neighboring countries. I'm sure people can be illegal aliens everywhere. Pat says, good job, my favorite news channel. Thank you so much. And those are just some small groups of jeepney drivers and operators versus 100 million Filipinos who want those jeepneys out of the streets. And Cavite is known as the hub for pogos and criminality. If you guys want to check out some of the comments to get some bit of more information, entertainment, and just, communicate, why not? The more engagement, the better for the video, obviously, and for me, because I can go ahead and respond to some of these comments. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.